camera backwards. Here we go. Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for Marion to jump on in, so give us a sec here. Hello, welcome. There she is. Buddy, welcome. Whoop, whoop. Hello, hello, hello. Just letting
Hi.
Marion jump. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Chelsea, you have a filter going on.
Oh.
Like you're really tiny up the screen.
Okay, hang on.
Hi, everyone. Hey,
This is
it's so
so
nice to see
millennial
everyone.
of me. There we go. I don't know why I didn't
Tiny
catch
up
that.
there.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming.
Welcome. Hey, Christy. Hey,
Welcome,
Ilya.
Courtney.
Emily.
Okay. So today we're doing, we're talking about how to generate consistent revenue in your design business.
Yeah.
Because we know this is something that a lot of people struggle with, right? Kind of like this, falling into this feast of like this trap of feast and famine, of having really good months and then lower months and feeling like there isn't a sense of predictability in your business. And there are some things that Marion and I have noticed over the years of coaching designers that tend to get left out that can be really powerful in terms of making sure that you're getting that consistent revenue so that you can feel a sense of peace in your business and like you don't have to accept just any old client. We want to get you to the place where you are able to be selective and able to charge the prices that you want to.
Amazing. Yes. One slip up. I logged in a different account. I guess it's fine. We could
Oh,
just,
you're on your Heart and Hone account.
yes.
Is that
Um,
okay?
uh,
Or do
I
you
might
want
switch.
to
Yeah, I'll
switch?
probably
Yeah, because people
switch
know you
real
on the other
quickly.
account. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just hang out. While you guys are hopping in, this is a hot seat coaching type situation. So we have a few things that we're going to go over just to kind of like talk at you and give you some tips and advice. There she is. But you can also send in your, okay, my attention is on you now. You can also send in your questions or tell us about what's going on in your business, whether that be with your marketing or positioning. Hello.
So sorry
So
about
that we
that.
can help you out and give you a bit of an intro to our framework. Because we've basically come together after so many years of being in our own design businesses, but also being in others' design businesses and growing them, that we have created a framework that has worked really, really well for both of us and for our clients to be locking in that consistent revenue every month so that you have a business you can rely on.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, so if you have any questions around marketing, positioning, attracting clients, I know we're heading into the summer, so it's usually a slower season for most. If you have any questions that you would like to bring in, feel free to drop them in the comments. This is a hot seat IG Live where you could get free guidance, personalized mentorship, just exclusively right in this IG Live.
So, Marion, what do you think? What do you think that like, what do you see most designers missing when it comes to like creating that consistent revenue?
Yeah. What's interesting, Chelsea, is there are a lot of resources in the designer space. People are very generous with their knowledge, but the thing that we always see is how to refine your process. I think that's the biggest thing that people try to fix and focus on, creating an automated system where that you can take your clients through, get your referrals. But what's really missing is that marketing piece. Not a lot of it's not a culture for designers to have it be second nature to market and sell without it feeling icky, without it feeling in your face. Because a lot of us are so used to doing the work and being the doer that we're not actually, it's not natural for us to be a business owner, show up as a business owner. So that's something that a lot of people tend to miss in their marketing. And marketing is super important because that's like the lifeline of your business. Like without marketing, you're not going to be able to bring those clients that you can take through the beautiful Notion dashboard that you just put up. And with marketing, what I often see is, so if you think about it as like getting people from point A to point B, where I feel like a lot of designers already know, how to talk to people's problems, get them their results, like a general idea. But the middle ground is that connection. Like, how do you specifically solve that problem and get people results? And if people see that, that's when the right people will come to you, and those who align with your mechanism, your method of doing things, that is what will get them coming to your doors and asking you, choosing you over other designers doing a similar thing as you.
Totally. I have also noticed the same thing with many designers, and like even myself several years ago, like getting stuck in this loop of let me focus on the process, like let me perfect the insides of the business so that when a client comes, everything will be set up for them. But I see so many people getting stuck at this place, and I think that there's a little bit of self-sabotage inside of that, because it's not always comfortable to show up and market your business. And especially some of the things that we're talking about, like infusing your opinion, saying things that not everyone's going to agree with, that can be really scary. So I think that also plays into how I see people falling into this just like constant creation mode of let me refine my website, let me refine my services, but never actually like getting out there and marketing themselves,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's so true about like being stuck in creation mode. I think it's such a safety net for a lot of designers. You're creating something, you feel like you're moving the needle. If you're having a slow season, oh, it must be my portfolio, it must be my website. No, but it's actually not. I do believe that slow seasons is a choice.
Yeah,
And there's definitely like the landscape definitely ebbs and flows. But when you're entering a slow season and you want to rank up your finances, you could absolutely do something about it. You don't have to just put up with it or deal with it. um, I have I noticed that the only time I would have slow seasons if I decided that it was going to be a slow season. um, so you could always, do something with your marketing, showing up, getting yourself out there if you want to increase your inquiries and income.
totally. And I honestly think that like if you had told me a few years ago, like Chelsea, if you're in a slow season, it's a choice, like I'd probably be pretty mad because I'd be like, no, it's not. Like it's the algorithm, it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
But now looking back with all the context that I have now, like 6 years into business, you are right. And there's a lot of things you can do, and it's not even like adding more things to your plate because I know a lot of you are already super busy and maxed out. It's
Mhm.
looking at what you're already doing and making tweaks to it, right? Because most designers that we speak to and work with, like they're already marketing, and a lot of them are already marketing
Yeah.
enough. It's just tweaking the positioning, the messaging, and the way that they're speaking about what they're speaking about. Because if you look around the space, a lot of designer content is quite similar,
For
right? And
sure.
it has been for a really long
Yeah.
time, right? We have the traditional, what, like mood board Monday, color palette, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, favorite fonts of the week, right? And if we're thinking about like your most premium, ready to pay your prices, like excited to work with you kind of client, they're looking for something that is not the
Mm,
norm, right? Like if they're seeing the same content on all the other designers' pages, there isn't really something for them to like connect with on a
mm,
personal level.
yeah.
So that's what we're kind of getting to the root of in our live workshop happening next week.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's so true. I feel like creatives and designers have such potential to create new innovative content, but like we're not doing it because we haven't been taught. I mean, again, it's not the norm for us to be putting ourselves in the mindset of we have to market our business. So that's exactly why Chelsea and I created the Invisible to In-Demand workshop, so that designers can show up and lead in their marketing with their personality, with self-expression, and not have it feel like, oh, I there needs to be a structure in the way that I put out content, or I need to write long form captions to give value. There are so many ways to demonstrate your expertise that will make clients go, oh, I'm going to go with her because she's the only one who has this way of thinking. I have all these mood board Monday designers, which isn't bad, by the way. I think it's a good inclusion into your marketing mix. But yeah, you would if you'd want your clients to choose you, you have to give them something that's irreplaceable, that will make them feel like you're really the only person that they can get that from. um, so in terms of marketing, Chelsea, for you, what are some revenue generating activities that you often tell your clients, or you do yourself, or suggest other people do, to keep that inquiry flow consistent? And let us know in the comments too if you have any questions around making sure that you don't like you have consistent inquiries all the time.
Totally. Yeah, so I think the question was revenue generating activities in your marketing. I think what tends to happen for a lot of designers is they spend a lot of time like kind of like trying to find the perfect strategy. So like looking around at other people's, trying to like reverse engineer what other people who have found success are doing, and all the time goes there, or a lot of the time does. We compile this big inspo bank that like never really gets looked at, but we feel some sense of productivity
Mhm.
and accomplishment because we've been doom scrolling. When I'm working with clients in a mentorship capacity, one of the first things I'll say often is like, let's mute everybody
Mm,
who is a competitor,
so
because
good.
I want you to start turning inwards for inspiration rather than getting influenced constantly, even
So
if it's on a
good.
subconscious level, by what other people are doing, by what other people are talking about, saying, thinking, blah, blah, blah. So I think that if we could shift from spending our time looking around to try to figure out what's working, and shifted that into turning inwards, getting to
Mhm.
know our ideal customer better, considering what is my person experiencing right now in this moment that I can speak to, and moving from that rather than moving from, what's going on outside.
I love that. That's so good. We have some questions. So from Lion Claw Creative, do you recommend doing a start date structure, when people post their availability? I feel like being booked out for many clients can actually turn clients away, when in the industry it's more of something to strive for.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know what you mean by start date structure, but I personally will always assign a start date. I'll also assign an end date. I like to have things very structured so that I can book out in advance, because if you don't have a structured start and end date where you can kind of enforce, due dates for feedback, due dates for you to be able to be moving at the right rate for the project to finish on time. I really recommend it for that reason. And with the point about being booked out can turn clients away, I personally haven't found that. And I think the key thing here is it's probably not going to turn your ideal client away,
Yeah.
because we want to create a system where your content is hooking your ideal client, like not just onto your work or your process or whatever. We're hooking them onto you and your perspective. And that's something that they're not going to be able to find anywhere else. And that's why this process is going to help you raise your
Mhm.
prices, because we're creating this perspective. Like we're rooting your content in what makes you unique so that you become the top option. And for most premium clients, most like ideal clients in my mind, they would rather wait and pay for it to be done right or be done in the way that they want, because they're so excited about your process, that I personally haven't found that to be an issue when it comes to clients who are qualified and really want to work with me.
And also to your point, and this is a personal thing for me too. I wouldn't want to work with, like, if I'm booked out, I don't typically like working with clients who, oh, I need this right away. Oh, I need it, ASAP, because like that just puts pressure on me. And I really believe that if someone wants to work with you, they're gonna wait for you. I'm like that when I'm looking to hire someone. If, let's say, I want to hire a coach and they don't have ability, I'll ask them. I will take the initiative to ask them, hey, let me know if you have a wait list, or let me know if you have availability. I'll hop on right away. So yeah, to Chelsea's point, your ideal clients are going to wait for you. And if they're turned off by that, probably not the types of clients you want to be working with anyway.
Totally.
Thanks for that question. Um,
I
yes,
got,
Emily agrees too.
oh, I think Emily was asking, basically you help us determine, this is the next one, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, you help us determine our point of difference and develop a strategy for showing it off. What is your process for this?
Yes.
Yes, you go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. Yeah, so our process in terms of really honing in your point of difference hinges so much on your POV, your opinions and beliefs. Again, like the irreplaceable qualities that make you you. Of course, like we take you through a 3 day intensive, immersive experience where each day we're focusing on an aspect of on how to develop your POV, because I have so many conversations with designers. Like, I feel like I'm on the verge of something. I feel like there's something different about me. Like, I want to show my personality, but I don't necessarily know how to express that in a way that's relevant to my client, and at the same time in a way that doesn't limit me as well. So that's where we really begin. We really look at who you are, and then branch out from there. Like, really look at the different aspects where we can pull those strengths from and align that with what your clients are looking for, without limiting you to just, okay, what do you do? Who do you help? Like, what is your, yeah, like, what do you do? Who do you help? Beyond that.
And in terms of like the process and the structure, it's happening across 3 days. So it'll be a 90-minute workshop each day. And throughout those 90 minutes, you're going to come away with a new way to look at how you are marketing your business. Plus, you're going to have concrete questions that will allow you to actually start creating this content so that you can be creating these sales. Because the whole idea behind this workshop is we want to get your clients like locked into you and converted essentially before the sales call, because your content is rooted so strongly in your unique differences. So day one, we start with like um, redefining your niche. If you're already niche down, we're going to look at like, okay, how can we get more specific here? And we do niching a little bit differently, I believe, than most people, because I know a lot of designers feel like, oh my gosh, niching feels so rigid and limiting. And the way that we look at niching is getting you specific enough that you're really going to resonate with your audience, but not putting you in a place where you feel like totally boxed in.
Yeah.
And then day two is all about developing your unique point of view. So we know who your audience is and how you relate to them. And then we're looking at, okay, what is your stance? What are your unique views that you're going to be able to portray in your content to make these connections with these people? And what are these people specifically looking for that you can start providing for them in your content? And then day three is all about the content. So, actual content ideation, content creation, content scheduling, how to take what we developed in day one to day two and actually infuse it into your content.
Yeah, yeah, I love the way that you laid that out, Chelsea. Thanks for that question, Emily. Dear Juliet, I'm not sure if Juliet is your name, but Dear Juliet Designed asks, what are your top two lead generation activities? For me, it's pretty simple. I don't think I have a top two. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think I have a top two concrete. I'm just making sure that every day I'm making a deep connection with someone. So I'm the type of person who tends to get overwhelmed. You know, if I'm in the DMs all day, I like personal connection. I like speaking one on one. And if I'm just chatting with someone, you know, the entire day, even in my own personal life, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so overwhelming. So what I do is, as long as I can make a connection with someone in a deep way, regardless of, you know, like whether I perceive them as an ideal client or not, or, you know, they could be someone who could refer me to someone, that's like my non-negotiable, because you never know, you know, where that connection will lead to. I think for me, that's more effective than randomly commenting on like 30 accounts, so 10 accounts, different accounts per day.
Totally.
That's my lead generation activity. How about you, Chelsea?
Yeah. Hi, Jen. Jen's a past client of mine. Mine
Mm,
are content creation, like writing content, producing content for Instagram specifically, and email, grading emails.
yeah,
For me, I
email is
also do engagement as well. So
yeah,
there's, yeah, maybe engagement as a third tapped onto there, like you said.
yeah, yeah. I think with lead generation, content creation, and an action that actually helps you get that content out, or like get eyeballs on that content, I think that's a good mix, because yes, you want to be reaching out to people, but you also want to make sure that when they hop on your page, where they're in that mode where they want to get to know you, about you more, you have created that experience and that space where they could absorb your content and your thought process and, you know, your unique approach. So I think that that's a good combination. Dear Juliet Designs. Oh, is her name
Yeah.
Jen? I'm not sure. Oh, hi Jen. Nice to meet you.
So Marian, you have to jump off pretty soon, so maybe we can just kind of
Um,
wrap up. Hi,
yeah,
Chloe.
yeah. Hi,
Um,
Chloe.
and we have an announcement to make, right?
Oh yes, we do. So just really quickly, we are holding the Invisible to In Demand workshop next week. So you still have time to join until Monday if you want to go through our process of differentiating yourself and communicating that unique differentiator to your ideal premium clients. And we have a 48-hour bonus. We're launching a content plan that is designed to help you position yourself in the market as the creative leader that you are. There are going to be prompts, content prompts in there to really support you in getting the word out about who you are and what makes you different, why people should be choosing you. So it's available for 48 hours. If you join today and tomorrow, you will get that content planner, and everyone who has already joined also receives that.
Totally. So in the workshop, like in the workshop, you're going to get all of the strategy and support there, but having this content planner, including the prompts, will make actually like scheduling and producing this content so much easier. So
Mhm.
I think having it as a bonus is insane value. So if you would like to join the workshop, make sure you do it before Friday because I want you to have the really amazing bonus.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. This has been a wonderful conversation. Of course, if you have any questions, you can DM either Chelsea Chelsea or myself. Um, and link in bio. We always forget that
Yeah, we
if you
always
want to
forget
sign
to
up.
tell you where to
Yeah,
go.
just
Link in bio.
yeah.
Um, Tickets will be available till they sell out. And we start on Tuesday. Bonus available for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
message
Thank
either of
you
us
for
with
joining.
questions and link in bio for tickets.
Amazing. Thank you for
Okay.
joining, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay. Bye.
Bye, everyone.